Hi, my name's Tim Chrisman, Executive Director of the Foundation for the Future, and you're watching Tim's Tuesday, where I, Tim, get to talk about whatever I want because it's Tuesday, with the only limitation that it be about 5 minutes. So, in deciding how and what to talk about for these events, I often will go back and look through the events that I participated in, the people I talked to, what I've read, and usually can come up with a fairly good idea of what I want to talk about, how I can relate that in. But this week was weird. I wasn't sure, didn't have a good sense, and anything that I thought about using as a subject didn't quite fit. And so by this morning, I was thinking, well, I'll just skip Tim's Tuesday because don't have anything to talk about. And that's not actually true. There were a lot of things I could choose to talk about. None of them was better than the other. And so I felt like there wasn't a reason to make a decision, to make a call on which one to choose, because I couldn't justify why it was better than the other. And for those of you who know me, I am usually someone who's very quick to make a call, make a judgment, for good or bad. The whole idea that we make a snap assessment of someone within 6 seconds of meeting them way overblows how much consideration I give to people when I first meet them. That's easily 2 or 3 times the amount of input I get before I decide. And so as I was thinking about this, I realized I'm talking about making a decision and how not making one is in fact the worst decision you can make. And this was brought home a few days ago when me and the foundation's board chairman, Bob Jenkins, were talking about how and where to take our Blue Marble Conference on the road and sort of do the road show of going to places, hosting our monthly conference, and highlighting the benefits to that local area that these space entrepreneurs and academics are talking about. And so instead of there just being generic questions for these people about how does this help the economy, how does this help the average person, it can be how does this help this worker in this town now? And it really drives home to the speakers and to the listeners the benefits to average America. And so as we were talking, Bob told me, he's like, look, doesn't matter where we do it. Just make a call. We're going to do it. You've got 3 options. Just choose one. Doesn't actually matter, does it? And I realized it didn't. All 3 of the ones we were looking at, we're looking at going to West Virginia, going to Pennsylvania, and going to rural Virginia. They didn't matter. The point of the first sort of road trip was to highlight during our orbital manufacturing or in-space manufacturing month the impact of space jobs on manufacturing communities. All 3 of those had it. The only reason I wasn't making a call is because I was sure there was something I was missing. And so I made the call. We're doing Pennsylvania. In fact, we're doing Scranton, Pennsylvania, because now I have to compensate for not making a call by making an extra specific call. And you know what? Whether that was the best or the worst decision I could have made is irrelevant. Made it, going with it, and it's going to work out. And that's a really delightful feeling to know I already decided I can now move on to other things and I don't have to worry about it. So in deciding what to talk about today, I realized sometimes you just got to talk about the fact that you did decide. And since that's half the battle, you can make up a story from there. Thanks. Again, this is Tim Chrisman. And you have just watched nearly 5 minutes of Tim's Tuesday. See you next week.